Why don't we introduce ourselves to...
Yo, what's up? I'm Keith League Jr.
Hi, I'm Jade Ramsey.
And I'm Nikita Ramsey, and we are twins.
I honestly didn't know that they were twins for like the first 20 minutes.
I actually like it when people don't instantly think we're twins.
Yeah, me too.
Why so?
I like to not feel identical to her.
Yeah, like you guys have your own identity.
Yeah.
Why, they just said at the same time.
Right? Yes, we do have our identity.
Yeah.
Today's episode is Americans versus Brits. Things that you didn't even know were British. From iconic inventions to your favorite celebrities to some of the most American things that are actually British at their core. Today we'll uncover the surprising origins behind things you thought were maybe all American.
Let's go. I'm excited to learn some things. I know I'm going to learn a lot.
Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations, and let's settle the debate once and for all, who owns what.
Let's go. This is going to be so good.
We generally start these podcasts with a theme song.
No, I didn't know.
But don't worry, you're not going to be put on the spot. I'm going to be singing the theme song today. I actually had to write some words down. They may not be good, so just hype me up. Like, does that make sense?
Yes.
Give me your encouragement.
Absolutely.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the show. Grab a cup and sit tight. We've got banter, big questions, and maybe a fight. Me and my mates from across the blue sea talking about culture. Just you wait and see. All right, let's go. We're here to explore what's British, what's American. I can't tell anymore. Biscuits are cookies, fries are chips. You're going to hear all the tea from all of our lips. Wait, that's British. Who even knew? Half of our childhoods just got damn confused. From telly to music to words that you say. Turns out we've all been British in some kind of way.
Hey! Oh my God.
I'm impressed.
Look, let me be honest with you. At first, I was like, all right, now it's getting a little shaky. But when you pulled it together, I could understand every word.
Oh,
I
great.
think you have
Thank
a
you.
future in rap.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm very impressed.
It was really bad, but yes, thank you. For
No, it was not bad.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, you guys.
Yes, we're not hyping it. Kendrick
Could you
Lamar,
tell-
who?
Wow. Yeah. Please tell my mother to say things like, no, I'm joking. But yes, let's properly introduce ourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, like where you're from, like what your life has been like, because one of you is from the US and two of you are not, clearly. So let's hear a little bit about that.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm Keith Leak Jr. I am from Middletown, Ohio. I've been out in LA for 14 years.
Okay, amazing. Nikita and Jade.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Jade.
And I'm Nikita.
And we're originally from Bournemouth in England.
Yeah, Bournemouth is now becoming more well known because the football team is in the Premier League.
Yes.
But it's a very small retirement. Well, the town that we're actually from is outside of Bournemouth. It's called Christchurch.
Okay.
And they made a reality show there because basically they got a bunch of 18 to 25-year-olds to come and try and make it in Christchurch because they've deemed it the most boring place in England.
Yeah.
And
Wow, that's a fun fact. So you're saying you exciting individuals are from the most boring part of England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say since I've left Bournemouth, Christchurch, now when I go back, my eyes see it in a completely different way.
If you go out on a Tuesday afternoon, it's only like 95-year-old people with Zimmer frames.
Old
when you go
people know
there.
how to party, though.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Not in Christchurch.
Not like Christchurch.
Actually, in Christchurch,
In Christchurch on a Tuesday afternoon. They're
Yeah,
partying.
yes.
They're partying.
the
They're-
village pub is rocking at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, amazing. So we're going to have some fun. We're going through 15 things today. I'm going to just present you those things and we're going to have a discussion around that. Okay, number one, the sandwich is British.
That is
Yeah.
that surprises me. That
Really?
one actually, I don't know why. It just feels a sandwich just feels so American. You know, like a bologna sandwich. Not that I eat those, but like turkey sandwich. Oh, just the word sandwich.
In England, I feel like they have a different, like sandwiches are more simple and
Just like a little flat bread with like, you
Mm-hmm.
could even have a crisp sandwich. People
Oh,
put
so
crisps.
good.
And people would always have them at picnics or they're at those like high tea places that I feel like they
They
have a
cut the
kind of
crusts off.
old-fashioned vibe that I
Yeah.
feel like I can see it being from
See it
England.
being English. And
Just
yeah,
a simple sandwich.
And then America has kind of like
Taking the sandwich.
taken the sandwich and elevated it into like, it's got like 6 layers and it's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
thing through because it falls over if you try
Good
and eat
Lord,
it.
we just put all types of stuff into our sandwiches, I guess. You said your sandwiches are more simple.
So,
Yeah.
you'd get like a cheese and tomato sandwich, or just
Oh,
a cheese
that's
sandwich.
From Tesco.
Yeah,
From
or
Tesco.
you could
Meal
just have,
Meal deal.
You
Oh
might
my
just
God.
have a cheese sandwich or an egg.
cheese sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a cheese sandwich.
Just cheese in between two pieces of white bread.
Yeah. A cucumber sandwich.
Cucumber sandwich.
A cucumber.
Yeah.
Oh my
Or
god.
an egg sandwich.
I'm down for an egg sandwich.
Okay, so
down for
where
egg
does sandwich the term come from?
Sandwiched. I was thinking sandwich, but the term sandwich, like sandwich between something, probably came from a sandwich.
It actually comes
From the
from
name sandwich.
the 4th Earl of Sandwich, which is the place in the 18th century. His name was John Montague. He was an avid gambler, and he'd spend a lot of long hours at the gambling table. So he wanted to eat without leaving the gambling table. So he asked his servant to bring him meat between 2 slices of bread, and that's the earliest inventions of a sandwich. So they brought him salted beef placed between 2 slices of early bread. So that's the earliest version of a sandwich that is known.
He
Wow.
definitely wouldn't have been able to keep gambling with an American sandwich. He'd have been spinning it everywhere, need a napkin, holding it in 2 hands. I'd all have to stop.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soda is British.
I did
know.
not,
I did not expect
that.
No.
A pop? A cold pop? We call
Soda.
it pop from the Midwest.
Soda.
We call it
Fizzy
pop.
drinks.
Yeah, we call it
pop.
fizzy drink.
Fizzy drinks? That's
Very
what you call
literal.
them?
Yeah, fizzy
Yeah.
drinks.
Oh, we call it pop in the Midwest. I don't call it soda. Well, I do now just because I live in LA. But whoa.
Soda water was invented by Joseph Priestley, an English chemist, in 1767.
Ooh, we added the sugar though. See, that's what it is. See, that makes sense. We definitely added a whole bunch of sugar.
And early sodas were used for medicinal purposes before becoming part of the, because it's supposed to, the effervescence of the mineral waters is a good way to stimulate your digestive system.
Wow.
So that's why it was initially created. But then the Americans added the sugar.
Yeah.
So did the Brits, I think. Like everyone added the sugar. But yeah,
We just added a lot more.
favorite sodas, go.
My favorite fizzy drink is one that isn't a regular one that I only recently saw. It's called Squirt.
Yes, of course.
It's a grapefruit soda.
Okay, guys, let's hold up. Jade, I'm not sure what kind of podcast people told you this was.
It is a real soda, a real fizzy drink. It's called Squirt, and it's like grapefruit,
Yep.
and it's really good.
Squirt's good. Squirt is
Yeah.
good for sure.
For most of my life, I've been very boring, though. I like Squirt now, too.
Just don't take these conversations out of context, please.
But Diet Coke is my go-to.
Diet Coke. We're moving into your favorite actors are British. Are you ready?
Yes.
The number one person that I want to highlight is someone who people know is British, but sometimes people forget. And his name is Christian Bale is British.
I knew that.
You knew that.
I
knew
think
that.
I knew that. Yes, I did know that.
What do we know Christian Bale from?
Isn't it like Batman?
Batman?
Batman,
Yeah.
Dark Knight. He was known for playing American Psycho.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, back in the 90s, right?
Yes.
I was going to say, didn't he become more well-known that he was British because there was a recording of him shouting at someone that came out
Tell
in
us
his British
more.
accent?
Tell us more.
I feel like that. There was like a thing where
I
he
do
like had a
remember that.
meltdown, and maybe
Oh, like
it was-
on set?
Yeah, meltdown on set, and maybe that was in his regular British accent, where people were like, "Oh wait, he's British."
Give me a answer. What don't you get about it?
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I hope it was good because it's useless now, isn't it?
So this is a rapid fire. I'm going to take you through 20 celebrities, and you're just going to tell me whether you think they're British or not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Simple. Number one, Tom Hiddleston. Low-key.
British.
I
The
think the
name.
last name sounds
Yeah.
British, and Tom's pretty English.
Thomas.
Thomas. I feel like
Yeah,
something
Tom Hiddleston sounds like very English.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna agree with them on this too. They would know.
He is British. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, next person. Someone who's been in the media a lot recently. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
He's
American.
American. Timothy Chalamet was doing an interview in a foreign, I think it was in France,
Yeah.
fluent French, and people were like, wow, wow, wow. And then there was a comment like, Timothy Chalamet's dad's French, so that's why, or his mum's French, so that's
Chalamet
why.
also, that
Yeah,
last
sounds-
name.
yeah.
Natalie Portman.
American.
American.
Wow, this is like unanimous.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm
100%,
sure. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. I just really feel it in my heart. She's American.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like Natalie Portman.
I have no
Like-
facts to back it up, but
Exactly.
in my
I just feel
gut, I think she's American.
Natalie Portman was known for V for Vendetta, if you've seen that movie, where she had a British accent. She did it very well.
Yeah.
But she was born in Israel and raised in the US. So,
Oh.
yes.
Okay.
So she's not British.
Yeah.
Speaking of Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley.
Definitely British.
British. If people didn't know,
Keitha's like,
You just give me the answers. I was gonna say American though,
well,
but you
I'll
guys,
let you go
but-
with American.
Great,
You're not
you go.
always right.
yeah, hold on, but I feel like you guys know.
So she is, yes, she's British. Born in Teddington, London, UK. This one's a kind of a giveaway. Daniel Craig.
Oh, I'm gonna say British.
I think British.
I know British.
What's he known
James Bond.
for?
James Bond.
James Bond.
Double- 007.
You do not want an American playing James Bond.
Has
Has there ever been an American?
I don't
don't-
want it. I don't think you.
I
guys
don't
want
think
it.
they would allow it.
Yeah, it's not
I
right.
think
Okay, Johnny Depp.
he is American.
American.
It always confuses me because
Yeah.
he has some like accent nowadays, you know, or like at some point in his career, I've watched interviews and it's giving kind of like Madonna.
Yeah, I was going to
You
say
know?
the same thing.
Ugh.
I feel like I've had to Google after seeing interviews like, is he English? Is he American? Because he has a funny accent.
It's different. I don't
Yeah.
want to call it funny. It's just a little different.
Yeah.
Yep, he is American from Kentucky, USA.
See, and that's how you know he's full of shit. Because I'm from Ohio. Ohio is here and Kentucky's here. So however he got that British accent, please. Oh, he's really good. He's good. He even like confused y'all, threw y'all off a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another great actor who's British, Hugh Grant. Oh, I gave it to you.
Yeah,
But come on, that's a giveaway.
Yeah,
Hugh
that
Grant.
Grant is like 100%
most British
British
man
person
ever.
ever.
I don't know if I've ever even heard him do an American accent in anything.
I think I did in one film.
Have you seen The Undoing?
Yes.
With Nicole Kidman.
Yes, yes.
Does
yes.
he? Is he American or
I
British
think
in
he's
that?
American.
Oh, maybe.
He
I
was
like
just in
that.
Heretic, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
British.
so good, yeah.
Oh my God.
I like-
Speaking of like American accents, do y'all have one?
I have to do it sometimes for auditions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you-
want to do it now.
You don't? Oh my God. Oh my, do you have one?
We can do it at the end of the segment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
you
sorry.
have some time to build into it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're
I want to
good.
hear it.
Rapid fire through the rest of these.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
American.
Mm-hmm.
Or Australian. No, American.
American.
They don't all have to be American, so you're right. It could
Australian.
be Australian.
Yeah,
But basically,
Australian.
British or not? Are they British?
British.
Not
Not.
British. Not British.
That's right. He's Australian. Well done.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Whoa. Okay, Hugh.
Scarlett Johansson.
American.
American.
Actually, Scarlett Johansson is. Yeah, she's American.
Okay.
I had you on your toes for a second there. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I feel like she's done some British accent, maybe.
Another interesting character, but we're just speaking about amazing British actors now. I guess at this point. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Definitely 100%.
The whole name gives it away. The first and last name.
I think
Oh
that's
my
like one of
God.
the poshest names I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Maggie Smith.
She's from from Downton Abbey, right? She plays like the main
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
I'm going with I'm going with English, British.
Was she in
Is
Harry
she from-
Potter?
She was Harry Potter.
Yeah,
She's
definitely
McGonagall.
British.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
McGonagall in
Yeah.
Harry
Yes,
Potter.
yes. That's the thing. I've never watched any of the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, you've not?
Never. But I know exactly who you were talking about.
It's funny. I've only watched. I think
British.
two of the Harry Potters.
Yeah, I've only watched. I think one or two of them.
Okay, British or not? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Oh, we know Dwayne The Rock. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? He's like from Hawaii.
Yeah,
Definitely American.
I'm going American or non-British.
Yeah, he's not British. Kate Blanchett.
She's Australian.
Oh yeah, she's definitely Australian. Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go.
Not British.
I'm gonna go not British.
She
Possibly
plays a lot of British parts.
I think that she might be American.
I thought she was
She
Australian.
is Australian.
Oh.
Well done.
Yeah,
Nikita's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, Clive Owen.
American. The name sounds American, kind of, right?
Sin City, Inside Man.
Okay, I'm gonna
Shoot
go
'em
with
up.
American.
I'm gonna go with American.
He's British.
Oh wow!
You're like, what does he look like now?
Oh my God, I don't know anything.
Charlie Hunnam.
I don't even know who that is.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who it is.
Don't know who that is.
Then based off the name.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
go
English.
British.
British.
Just because Charlie's quite British name.
Well,
Charlie.
you know what? I'm gonna go not British, just because
Yeah.
they weren't British.
Yep.
Yep.
He's British.
Oh wow.
He was in he was in Sons of Anarchy, and he played an American biker. So people always think he's like American, but yeah, British. Elijah Wood,
American.
Frodo
American.
from Lord of the Rings.
American.
I'm gonna go American.
He's American.
Yeah.
Okay, last few. Chris Hemsworth.
Australian.
Australian.
Wow.
They know.
Renee Zellweger.
She's American.
She's
American.
Yeah.
She
for
got-
sure.
She got a lot of praise for her British accent from Bridget Jones' Diary, but she's American, I would say.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I would
because we
say-
actually had a small scene in Bridget Jones' Diary, but it got cut.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
it was a very
Wow.
small scene, and something happened with her dad in a coffee shop, and we had to
To
point
make
and
fun
laugh
of her.
But
It was when we were like very young, and it got cut.
yeah,
When
Bridget
my
Jones
friends
too.
Was it Bridget Jones too? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to the cinema to watch it with our friends, and we were no longer in
Oh
it.
my god.
That's sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have been gutted.
But I think she's
I'm pretty
100%
sure she was
American.
American?
Oh
Keith,
my
do you think
God.
she's American as well?
Well, they would know better than anyone, so I'm gonna say American.
Where do you think she's from in the US?
I feel like she actually seems like she could be from a different country.
Ohio.
Oh, shout out to
Yeah.
it. I love her.
From Middletown.
Yeah. She listens. She
Yeah.
listens.
She's a listener. Wow. People are listeners. Wow.
Yes.
She's from Middletown and then moved to Cincinnati.
Oh
and
my
then LA.
She really listens. Oh my god, if that's her life, that would actually be, you might be onto something.
It's funny because where she's from, the motto is small town charm with big city convenience.
Boom, I could feel it. I could feel it. I'm gonna say a small town in the state of Utah. I'm just gonna throw
Oh.
Utah
Ooh,
out
I could
there.
see that.
You know?
She's from Katy, Texas. So
Oh, okay.
finally, Daniel Day-Lewis.
American.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go British because I feel like I saw something saying that he was a really great actor and British people are really great actors, but I don't know.
Well, that's what this whole segment has basically been showing us. Is like actually a lot of the. Well, so the answer is he is.
I haven't said my guess
Yeah,
yet.
quickly,
I'm really
come on.
deliberating. I'm gonna go with American.
Jade is right.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
wow.
British. He's British. He's known for playing President Lincoln in the movie Lincoln, and also There Will Be Blood and an American accent. But yeah, he's British. He's born in London.
Oh, I'm ashamed of myself. I didn't know this.
Some of your favorite actors are British. What are your thoughts on that about British people acting and coming over here and taking the American jobs and coming from Bournemouth trying to become actors in the US? Like, what is going on? You know, like, what are your thoughts
I
on
am
that?
not surprised at all. I fully think that there's so many great British actors. For how small England is as well, I just think there's just something about British people. British actors. No, I think there's,
A lot of British TV shows and British movies are a bit more realistic sometimes than like over the top glamorous Americans. So maybe when a British actor is used to doing that and then they come over to America, maybe they're more kind of relatable or better
I was
acted.
actually speaking to one of my friends. I don't know if you guys have watched Netflix Adolescence.
Yeah,
TV show.
Adolescence is
Yeah,
amazing.
so good. My friend lives in England and she
Yeah.
loves like TVs and movie as well. And we were just discussing like American programs and British. And she was saying that she noticed when she watches something American, it feels very glamorous and overproduced. So maybe, like Jade said, if British actors are used to like gritty, that kind of thing, that maybe that's
why then Americans love them as well because it's a bit different.
Keith, what are your thoughts
I've
on
had
British
this conversation with a few people, and they don't like that, certain British people are coming over taking our jobs. But for me, I think what's for you is for you. So if you're the best person gets the role, you know. At the end of the day, I could be upset. I'd be like, oh my God, this black British guy just came over here and stole. It's like, no, like he's good. He deserves to be where he's at. And also, they didn't ask me to come and audition for it. So what am I upset about?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like they're not asking me to come and do those roles,
Yeah.
But a lot of people love to have a reason or to be upset about why they didn't get something. And I just refuse to live my life that way.
That's a very mature understanding, Keith.
Well, what am I going to do about it? Just be mad that I didn't get a role that they didn't even offer me to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Let's hear your American and British accents, guys.
Oh
Okay,
my
you
God.
can start.
Okay, you can start.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Say hi, I'm Keith and I'm from England.
Hi, I'm Keith and I'm from England.
Yeah, that's
really
not bad.
good.
Yeah,
Really?
That's
That's
not
good.
bad.
That's not bad.
Okay, Nikita and Jade, let's hear.
God, I'm nervous. Hey, I'm Jade. I'm from LA. I'm here today with Keith from Ohio.
Yes.
Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty seamless.
Hey, I'm Nikita. I live in LA. I'm doing this podcast. Well, no.
Oh, there you go.
Podcast.
I'm on the spot.
It's fine.
That's pretty good. You were really good until podcast. came
That's
out.
a podcast.
Amazing.
Podcast.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next thing that you didn't know were British, well, you probably did, is some of the greatest rock bands are British. Can you name any British rock bands?
I probably can't name any
The
rock bands.
Beatles.
The Beatles.
yeah.
Come on.
I'm definitely not as confident with the music as I am actors.
Oh wow.
So this huge band, which had a hit called Creep, Radiohead.
I was going to say TLC. Sorry.
Radiohead, that a lot of people think are American, are actually British. Have you heard of Radiohead?
I have heard of
I've
that.
heard of them.
Have you heard that song, that Creep? 'Cause I'm a green.
And I'm yes.
So yeah, they're actually one of the most influential rock bands from 1985, Oxfordshire in England. And it's so different to what people thought they were. So Creep was a big hit, but then of course the Beatles, the Who, the Kinks, the Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Clash, Radiohead, like I said, these are all just a bunch of rock bands I named, which are probably some of the biggest rock bands, and they're all British.
I mean, it's just like the the movie business. They just take over. Just take over, and they're really good.
I don't think I knew all of those are British. I mean,
incredible.
at school in England, you do learn to play the recorder very young. So I wasn't very good, so I had to
Three blind mice.
mime.
I was terrible at musical instruments, and we would have to go in groups. Even and started when I was. We both did recorder in year 3, and they'd be
They'd
say,
be like, someone's out of tune.
So
I'd
we would just mime.
I'd be like, it's
Mime
me. I'm
Oh,
ruining
that's so smart.
Because I'd do it wrong, and we'd have to wait until everyone did it right. Same thing happened at secondary school. Like
High
high
school.
school.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that was.
Yeah,
like, damn, y'all went to
secondary.
school
Secondary.
again?
I would have to like mime the instruments. I don't know. I'm not very
So
musical.
we haven't got the British
But a lot
rock
of people
talent.
do. A lot of people are very good.
Okay, so this is not like an American thing, but people think this is Indian. Chicken tikka masala is actually British.
Oh my God. What in the world? I feel like my whole life has been a lie. I'm just telling y'all that from like the things that I've been realizing lately that aren't what they are, you know?
I read something about this. It was something like a Scottish man had like, I can't remember, maybe he had a curry shop or something. He put tomato soup in it, and it made it like this creamy curry, and people liked it. So it continued, right? Or something along that line.
That's exactly it. It was like in Scotland, that's where it was invented, not in India, where it was actually an immigrant from Bangladesh had moved to Scotland, but then there was a shop, and then one of the British or Scottish people was like, oh, can you it's not quite working for our flavors. So they added tomato soup to it to chicken the way the Indians would spice it or Bangladeshis would spice it. So with those spices, with tomato soup, became this chicken tikka masala, this creamy tomatoey chicken Indian British. But it's actually the national dish of the UK.
Yeah, that's the most popular.
Yeah.
Chicken tikka
That's
masala.
incredible.
Yeah, I love Indian food.
I love Indian food as well.
So you knew that was British.
I'd read it somewhere, yeah.
I knew because my stepmom says that she's gone to India and she hated the food in India, and it's not the same as in British Indian food, I guess. So I kind of had a grasp, but I didn't know the tomato soup element.
Yeah. I mean, discussions, do you think chicken tikka masala is the national dish, or what are other big dishes in the UK that you
For
like?
me, the biggest like English dish is roast dinner, like a Sunday roast dinner. That to me is like a staple.
Explain what that is for people who don't know. What is a roast dinner?
So a roast dinner is kind of like a Christmas dinner or like a Thanksgiving dinner. People have it not everybody, but a lot of people have it every Sunday, and pubs do it every Sunday. And it's turkey, gravy, stuffing, Yorkshire puddings, sausages wrapped in bacon, roast potatoes, roasted parsnips, carrots, peas, gravy, cranberry sauce, bread sauce, which is this like white sauce. It's like
My mouth is watering. This sounds like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it
Every
is.
Sunday.
every Sunday, and it is epic. Cauliflower cheese.
Oh, yeah,
which is kind
cauliflower
of like
cheese.
mac and cheese, but with cauliflower. And for me, it is like my favorite meal ever. And I don't have it every Sunday. I have it
Yeah,
probably
we
once
never
a year
had it
just for
Oh,
Christmas.
really?
every Sunday when I was growing up because it's a lot of effort.
But
Yeah.
what's your response then to British food is bland? Because lots of people say that.
I think I can understand where
Wait,
they're
Keith, do you
coming
have that
from.
perception?
That it's blend. I've heard that. I've
Yeah.
I've heard it, but I mean, I've only eaten American food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I can't really speak on that. It will be unfair for me too. But I've definitely heard it.
Here's the thing. British dishes, like, for example, if you go to a pub, there's bangers and mash, which is sausages with just mashed potato. There's pies, like shepherd's pie. A lot of the staple, stereotypical dishes could be considered bland. And it really depends where you go. Because if you go to Wetherspoons, compared to, like, a
What's
really nice...
Wetherspoons? Again.
Wetherspoons is like kind of like a trashy pub, but a staple. But you'd go there. I would go there when I was like first 18 or younger than 18, and and you could get cheap
Jade.
drinks.
Yeah.
Cheap
Yeah,
drinks.
you can drink at 16 there.
Well, you could get
18 legally,
but
but everyone
everyone
starts at like
starts-
12.
Yeah.
Oh,
really
wow.
young.
Let's be honest.
And Wetherspoons was an easy place to get in and get cheap drinks.
Yeah.
But the food's not very good.
So it really depends where people go. If they go to a nice country pub that cooks it homemade,
You'll
then they
get,
might
like,
think it's flavorful.
But you could get the dishes very bland, the same dish very bland. I think also England's grocery stores are way better. I don't like American grocery stores.
Oh, really?
Even like Whole Foods and things. Whole Foods and Air One is
I think-
expensive. Whereas you could go to like Tesco
That's true.
or Sainsbury's, and then there's Waitrose and Marks and
And the
Spencer's.
cheese is so much better in
I
England.
think actually, like the Tesco's and the Sainsbury's,
Yeah.
the equivalents of those don't quite exist in the
No,
US.
there isn't an
People are like, oh,
equivalent.
it's Walmart. It's like, no, it's not quite
No.
the same.
No.
So Tesco for Keith and for
yeah, I'm
American
trying to
audience.
just figure out what's happening right here.
When I go back to England, the first thing I do is go to the grocery store and just like walk around. I'm like, oh my God, this is epic.
Aww.
Yeah.
Tesco's like almost like a more achievable, affordable Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Okay,
effectively.
Yeah.
got
But like
you.
it's like
got you.
because Whole Foods almost prices people out sometimes
Yeah.
unnecessarily. It's like okay, and then Erewhon is like a $19 strawberry.
Yeah.
So it's like that's completely pricing out. Whereas like in the UK, you have like tiers of grocery chains.
Yeah.
You've got like the Tesco, Sainsbury's, even less than that. It's like the Lidl's,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Aldi's, and and then Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's a little
Like
bit more
the-
like
yeah.
the Whole Foods effect. Like,
But yeah, when we were last back, I took a picture of all the groceries that I bought, and I texted a picture to my group chat of some friends in America, and I said, "Guess how much this cost?" And they all were like, $120, $150,
And it was
like
£30.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah, it's cheaper there as well.
Yeah.
Here, groceries are ridiculously
What?
expensive.
I mean, everything's expensive right now, specifically, but that's what in the world?
Yeah.
I'm actually. Okay,
you
I
could have
a
a
question.
full month's worth of groceries and spend $100.
Yeah.
Can I take your guys' place and just move there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would.
In Christchurch?
Yeah,
Yes,
to
let's go to
Christchurch.
Christchurch.
With the
might be
70-year-olds partying on like
Yes.
Tuesday afternoons.
Absolutely. I know how to party with old people. I'm a good time. They love me, and I'm sure I would have some old people
Okay.
cooking me some great meals.
Next thing. Baseball and football are basically British. Because
American.
baseball comes from rounders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved rounders at school.
What's rounders?
Basically
baseball.
baseball.
Oh.
And football obviously comes from rugby.
So in rugby, they don't wear any protection over their faces and their like shoulders and stuff. They just wear shorts and t-shirt, right?
And a mouth guard.
Oh,
I
they
grew
do.
I grew up playing rugby. I went to a boys' school, so I grew up playing a lot of
okay.
rugby. And
So rugby is just a more, I think, England are like. It's a bit more like
they stop
athletic
and start
version
as
of
much?
football. Because in football, they stop and start and they're quite covered with like protection.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas rugby's a bit more like running around. You get hit over and you get back up again,
Yeah.
possibly. And then rounders and baseball. Rounders isn't like a professional sport, is it?
not really.
Rounders
No.
is like baseball though, because it's exactly the same.
It's
You have to
a
run to a base and you
base.
get caught. But rugby, for rugby, seeing as you played rugby,
Yeah.
do you do that thing where you have to like move from one through
do you
the
just
pitch,
run
or do
the
you just
whole
run the
time?
whole time?
As in, yeah, you can run the whole. But the same like in American football, where you have something called a scrum,
Yeah.
where you know how it's like in American football, it's the same thing where the play starts, and then the ball is like released in the middle. Then you have two teams like pushing against each other to get to the ball,
Yeah.
and whoever gets the ball out of that scrum, then passes the ball to the rest of the team, and they have to run and try and get to the touchdown effectively.
Yeah.
So try, but there's not so much in American football. You have like your special teams. You have offense and defense. Like I can't do the American accent, but you have like you have those different teams where people switch out. Whereas in rugby, it's just the same team that are just playing the entire thing.
Yeah,
basically.
American football gets boring because it takes so long. Do you like American football?
I appreciate it on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
because
I
I
like
like to
Super
drink with my
Bowl.
friends.
Yeah.
I will say though, American football is more strategic than rugby is.
Yeah.
Rugby is just like, I'll take that person down, like get the ball, like. Whereas American football is like, okay, we need to make this play. Like this person needs to run exactly like this, and the ball needs to land just like it's a lot more strategic, which is why it's a lot more stop-start. Yeah, baseball and football are basically British, is what I'm saying.
That's what's up. Hey, I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to argue with you.
Next one. One of the most popular video game franchises in history is made by a Scottish video game company. Any thoughts? That people think is American.
Call of Duty?
Nope.
Fortnite.
Nope. Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, wow.
GTA is British.
Whoa, that's incredible. That's really good.
They kind of made it to make fun of American culture.
Well, and we love it. And we love it. It's like, oh my God, you go down La Cienega on Grand Theft Auto? It's like, it's just like it.
Yeah, so tell me about Grand Theft Auto and your thoughts about it. GTA.
I'm not a big video gamer, so I've heard of Grand Theft Auto, but I haven't played it myself.
The fact that she's saying the full
GTA.
Oh, GTA. I can't drive in real life. I haven't got a license because I failed too many times.
So Nikita, you do the driving.
I have a license, but I wouldn't say I'm an experienced driver.
There's
Uber is my
a-
best friend. Although when I'm in Ubers, I'm always like, I think I'd be okay on the
Have you
roads.
ever had that urge of like, oh, let me just take that Uber, throw that person out of the car, and drive the car? That's
Yeah.
what GTA does.
Oh, maybe I should watch it and get some ideas.
Yeah. So maybe I should practice.
You
If I did GTA, could I practice and teach myself how to drive?
You're asking the wrong person because I don't drive at all either.
Oh, yay!
Yeah,
I
truly.
really-
I never found another person.
Nor do
Like
I. I've
everybody
never-
wants me to drive more
Yeah.
than I drive, and I'm like, I don't want to, and
Yeah.
I don't give a crap.
Oh my God, I've never met anyone else who can't.
Yeah.
Who doesn't. Oh
Yep.
my God, yeah.
Yep.
We're the LA non-drivers.
But GTA lets you live out that fantasy of like driving, not necessarily with a steering wheel, but like at least maneuvering. But it also lets you live out your craziest ideas.
I remember back in, like, I think I was in the 4th grade. It might have been 4th or 5th grade when I played GTA for the first time with my friends. We used to go and just, like, take people's cars and then, get as many, like, police officers to follow us. It was pretty fun. But, yeah, it didn't make me want to learn how to drive in real life. It didn't. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Okay, next thing. I'm being a bit... what's the word? Lax, because I'm including Irish in the British as well. So it's
Yeah.
British and Irish.
Yeah.
Halloween is actually not American.
Oh, that's cool.
That's shocking to me.
It's actually traced back to Irish and Scottish traditions. The custom of carving pumpkins that was rooted in Irish tradition of carving turnips. And it became more popular in the US, but Halloween is technically British and Irish.
Oh,
Does it link back to anything religious? Because Irish people are quite religious, aren't they?
Yes, I think it
Catholic.
is. Yeah, I think it is. Yes. I would need to do more research.
Maybe they
to-
carved a pumpkin to scare away the demons.
And then America made it into a fun holiday. America are good at holidays, like making holidays big.
Oh my God, I feel like there's a new holiday, like a few new holidays every year at this point, and I celebrate them all.
So then would you say Halloween's British or American? Because Americans actually really made Halloween what it is, right?
I would definitely say I think America can claim Halloween as their own.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Oh no!
You're like,
I
you
love
got-
Halloween.
No, because we loved Halloween as kids, but
No
we were
one
the
else
only
celebrated
people.
it.
We would go and say trick or treat on neighbors' doors, and they would either turn us away or say, "Oh, give us a trick. We don't have any treats." So it was so lame.
Yeah.
We're the only people celebrating. So I think, in a positive way, America has
created Halloween as a massive fun holiday where you get to dress up.
and now more people in England do it, and Britain do it.
Okay, number 7. Technically, the telephone is British.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
The invention of the telephone was attributed to someone called Alexander Graham Bell. Have
Oh,
you
I've
that name?
heard of I've heard of this actually.
So Alexander Graham Bell was actually born in Scotland and did all of his studying and research and stuff. But when he actually invented it, he was in the US.
Oh, well, you have to give it to us on that one. You have to give it to us on that one. I'm not going to let you do that.
Was he on holiday or had he moved here?
He moved here.
Did he have an English accent or American accent?
That's good.
But yeah, you think about that. The phone that we use today, comes
Wow.
from British people. Thoughts on that?
I imagine, yes, because English people, something that they don't really do here, maybe because houses feel less community, especially in LA. In England, people often would go over to someone's house for a cup of tea and a chat. You just pop round someone's house for a chat. So I can see why people might want to invent the telephone so they can just call up their friend and have a
So
little
if
chat.
it's raining, then they don't have to walk in the
little
rain.
chat.
If they're not in, they can give them.
Well, yeah, it seems less of an American thing to be like, hey, can I come over for a chat?
Number 8, something that was used in France during the French Revolution. It was actually an execution device. The guillotine.
Yeah.
That's that thing where you chop off
your
someone's
head.
head.
Yeah.
Guillotine was actually British. Thoughts on that?
I could see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like Henry VIII, didn't he kill all his wives and stuff? I feel like it used to be a very brutal time. Guillotine definitely seems
Yeah, like in the old sort of king days where they
Yes.
have loads of wives and then they just want to get rid of them, they'll just chop their heads off.
yeah.
Did you ever learn that song about Henry VIII?
Oh, sing it.
No,
You're-
it's just the way to remember. So Henry
Sing
VIII. Sing it now, go on. Dance, monkey, dance. So Henry VIII was a ruler, a king, many, many years ago, and he had 6 wives. And basically, he just got rid of wives once he was kind of bored with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
I just kill them off.
Did he chop their heads off?
So this is how I remembered it. It was divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. And those are the 6 wives.
I can't imagine beheading someone.
Or getting beheaded.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what the guillotine was. British
Yeah.
people didn't invent nice things.
I don't like that.
No.
Okay, next thing. The computer is actually British.
Oh,
The first programmable computer was created by a British mathematician in 1830s.
Oh, wow.
okay.
Whoa.
Yes. And then the World Wide Web was created by a British computer scientist, Tim Berners-Lee. So the internet, effectively, and the World Wide Web was also created by British.
Did you say the 1830s?
1830s.
That is insane.
Did they actually have it up and running? Did people use it, or was it just
So,
decorative?
a computer is... What you think of a computer now is different to what is a first computer,
yeah.
right? So even Alan Turing, he created the computer, which was... It was basically a bunch of algorithms that sees data and processes things a lot quicker. So that's what the computer is, that you can actually program stuff and build something. Not necessarily now I see a screen.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane. And for
Yeah.
what? I mean, just to get here, And now we got AI taking over, and I'm just like, yo, where are we going? I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up with it. I mean, I got to. I got a choice.
Something that people think is very American, the next one, but is actually British, is the skyscraper.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I would think that was American.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's incredible. I actually love hearing this. So I don't really have an argument, or I'm not upset that it comes from there. I'm like, oh my God, this is cool information. It's I feel like a smarter person.
Yeah, I wouldn't have imagined it from England. I guess London.
Yeah, London
Maybe
has some
London, they
tall
have
buildings,
schools.
but yeah.
It's actually Liverpool's Liver
Oh.
Building, which was a notable early example of the first iron-framed, one of the first iron-framed buildings in the country, along with the Ditherington Flax Mill in Shrewsbury.
Does it still exist? Are they still standing today?
The one in Liverpool is, right? Because I think
so,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
Okay, the next thing. Before we had iPhones and iPods, the first ever digital audio player was created by a Brit.
Oh, what was it?
It was something called the digital audio player,
Yeah.
called the IXI.
Oh.
By Kane Kramer in 1981. Sir Paul McCartney was Kramer's first investor. They built it, and then Kramer sued Apple for the iPod designs. And in 2007, Apple finally acknowledged that they may have been influenced by that audio player.
Oh.
That's sweet. I hope they got a real big payday for that.
Who knows? Who knows?
crazy.
They did.
That
No, they
was-
did.
so late compared to the existence of the whole world that the first audio player was 1981.
Digital audio player.
Oh, digital. Ah.
Yeah, because you could always have like, the Walkmans or whatever and the cassettes
okay.
and stuff, but something that you take
Connects
from
to the
the
internet.
Okay,
connects to
yeah.
the internet, and you're able to just
I misheard. I was thinking
Yes.
they made a computer in 1830 and you could listen to music until 1981.
Okay, last two. Are you ready to end it off?
I am
Number
ready.
14, the Lightbulb is British.
I see that.
Yeah.
It's
They
always
need a light
dark
over
and
there.
gloomy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thomas Edison is credited for the invention of the light bulb. However, Joseph Swan, a British scientist, actually developed a working light bulb around the same time and filed a patent for the incandescent light bulb in 1878 before Edison created the light bulb.
Ah.
But Americans,
have claimed it.
that they were the first.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna continue to claim. This is the first one that I got mad about. We're claiming that one.
The light bulb?
Yep. Shout out to Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison.
I feel like from this, I've learned that British people have actually created a lot of the technology. The light, the computer, the internet, digital
audio player.
device.
Oh my god.
And even at Apple, the American company, the person who created the iPod was a British person. His name was Johnny Ives, I think.
So
Wow.
basically,
Yeah, Johnny Ive. He was the actual designer of the iPod, and he's British.
Wow.
So
yeah.
This is so interesting. Y'all didn't even know
maybe
this.
British
did-
people are just
Yeah.
smarter than Americans.
Hold
I'm
on
gonna get
now.
so much hate.
I-
I'm joking.
I think that's what we're
you
learning.
can't generalize
We
that.
are learning British people are very clever. Maybe because Britain is like a little island and America is this big country that
Where
no
you've
one
got
leaves
lots to do, whereas in England people haven't got as many places to go, so they spend more time trying to create things.
to like
And things are so
explore.
boring. It's
Yeah.
raining all the time.
But
So
they're
they're
like-
stuck inside.
People have dealt with their minds a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna sit here and do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas in the US, it's like it's also one thing about the US as a Brit. This country is beautiful, like in terms of like all the national parks and
Yeah.
the geographies and the climate. Like it's so different from like a Miami to Yosemite to like Wyoming. To
Yeah.
It's such different.
I don't even think
Yeah.
Americans appreciate it,
It's
how
ins-
beautiful the country is.
Even California,
Yeah.
from Southern California beaches to like Lake Tahoe to
Yeah.
like Napa Valley, it's like what the hell is this? Like
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
And you can actually get to places quite quickly that are all different here.
Yeah.
Whereas in England, I feel like there's lots of pockets of the same.
Yeah.
So it'd be like beach and forest, beach and forest, beach and forest, beach and forest, now middle city, forest,
Yeah.
forest. So then there's less places to go.
It's like 3 hours of just green.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay, great. Like, it's
Yeah.
Oh wow.
like- okay, final one. Are you ready? For
Yeah.
the
Yes.
biggest one that audiences will kill me for, and I'm sorry. And I'm this is more jokingly.
Okay.
The United States is British.
Oh no, I was wondering when that was gonna happen because I thought about it a few times. I'm like, we're kind of like from there, you know.
What's the exact details of this one again?
I mean, what you think? Like
Yeah.
basically a bunch of people from Ireland, the British, like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
kind of came. The first pilgrims were, but also the way that the parliamentary system is run, the way the economic system is run is a little bit different. But the separation of powers of like the U.S. system is they've got the executive, legislative, judicial branches in American government. That comes from a British system of ruling as well. So like a lot of things are influenced by British as well.
Did back in the day, did American people here have English accents?
It's a good question.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I'm not that old.
Find someone from the
No, but
1800s
actually,
to find out.
In New York, for example, people had Irish accents, and you
Yeah.
still have that a little bit, like Italian like accents. You've got that like Staten Island Italian feel, that Irish feel. Boston has got like that little twang. Of,
Yeah.
For sure.
You know?
It's coming from something because I always when I'm like, Boston, like, where did that come from? I'm like, oh,
the Brits somewhere, or the Irish, or the
yep,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
somewhere in there for sure.
Also, some of the founding fathers of the U.S. were British-born subjects as well.
Shout out to them.
They're like, screw the Brits, even though I was from there. And that is the 15 things that were British. Let's go through them very, very quickly. I'll say them very quickly. I said some of the best actors, including Christian Bale, is British. Radiohead and a bunch of other rock bands are British. Chicken Tikka Masala is British. Football and baseball are basically British. GTA is British. Halloween is British and Irish and Scottish. Telephone is British. The Guillotine is British. The earliest computer is British. The Skyscraper is British. Digital media player is British. The sandwich is British. Soda is British. Lightbulb is British and the United States is British.
That is incredible. I learned so
we can
much.
give America back.
You get
So basically, am I in England right now?
Truly. A New England.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, we're going to end off with what we guys think makes someone American or what makes something British, that discussion that we were having. And you can go as deep and as funny as you want. It's comical. It doesn't have to be deep, but you can be comical. Like, what makes something American? What makes something British? I'm technically, my parents are from India, but I was born and raised with British culture. Does that make me British? Does that make me Indian? But now I live in the US. Does that make me American? Like, you know, what makes something? Thoughts, guys?
My thoughts are, I feel, even though I've lived in America a long time and like all of my adult life, I still feel very British because I feel like a lot of my culture's British. For me, British is everything compared to America is things are smaller, people are like a little more like this. And
Does everyone walk around like this?
Yes, this is how I walk. People are a little bit more like British is, well, America is like loud and big and everything's glamorous, whereas British is a little more like humble.
You know, by saying that you defeat the humility.
We're boisterous.
Yeah, boisterous is better.
British people seem more concerned about following the rules and like staying in their little box of who they're supposed to be. I feel like I do feel like they're a little bit more reserved. Whereas American people, if you're like saying something you've done or you're like talking about something, you're more excited in this. Whereas British people more like they'll be saying something great they've done, but kind of putting themselves down at the same time.
So that's probably why a lot of the things that are British people think are American, because British people made them but didn't really like talk about it, and then Americans kind of took over and kind of showed the world.
Whoever made the light bulb first is like, actually, I think I made the light bulb.
Yeah.
When there's Americans like, I made the light bulb.
And we did.
You can have that, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. Nikita, Jade, you guys are welcome back anytime. Keith, you're always a pleasure. Okay, and tell our audience where they can listen to us.
Go watch our other podcasts on ReactCAST on YouTube.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, yeah, give us your love, your commentary, your engagement, and tell Nikita and Jade that they have to come back and they have to do more of this as well.
Yeah, we'll be back.
And tell us what you have gripes with as well, things that you don't agree with. I will tell you that a lot of the stuff I brought was from articles that I found online. One of them was silverdoor.com, which tells you the 15 things you didn't know were British. So yeah, just if you have any problems, don't. Okay, Keith, you have to say goodbye in your most British way, and Nikita and Jade, you have to say it in the most American way.
Sorry, guys. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.